Another day. And another point. Sup? Suppity sup. Sorry for not talking for a second there. It's a little congested. Didn't want to get killed. Yeah, I hope your day's all going well. My day's going better. Friday night, 9:50 p.m. Should be a lot of activity, so I'm not counting on a completely incidentless, joy-free ride. But we're still going to try and enjoy oneself, as you do when you ride the bike. Yeah, I want to thank the people who commented on my last video with advice and positivity and stuff and their perspective. So shout outs to always to Randy Rules. He's like a really dedicated bike rider. You know, he rides road and fixie, and he has his own channel too. He uploads pretty frequently, in my opinion. So I think he's a good guy to watch. Couldn't predict that person. And I also want to thank Kansai Sprockets too for giving me his perspective and opinions on group sets and the bike industry as a whole. I really appreciate that a lot. You know, it's always nice to hear like a real opinion and not something that comes from a brand, you know, because the brands are going to say what the brands want to say. Whereas you always get a more realistic and honest answer from real riders, real mechanics, you know. And Kansai Sprocket has his own YouTube channel, and my content is like McDonald's, you know. I'm gonna give it to you consistently. I'm gonna give it to you fast. There's not that much effort I put into editing, other than sometimes encoding like a larger file size. Man, what's going on with this guy? Yeah, I'm really grateful though to start meeting I need to chill. This person's gonna drive me crazy. I need to get ahead and be away from him. Yeah, I'm always grateful for like people who are learned to share their opinions, and like I said, like I'm the McDonald's of content, you know. You're gonna get the same consistent very often for me. When I hit like milestones, I'll always put more effort into like giving something with a higher production, but I really like bulk consistency too. Go down bluer today. Kansai Sprockets is a person that seems to really value like quality in his own uploads, so I really like, I respect his opinion on a lot of things, you know, and I'm grateful to have it. So go check him out. He's like just starting his YouTube journey, I'm pretty sure. Rider got hit the other day. That's why you come through here fast. I don't know if the lighting condition quite shows how bad the road is there, but it's pretty not great. All these idle cars, exhaust is terrible. Whew. Yeah, I'm trying to remind myself to stay positive, even though everything on the road doesn't always go my way, or a riding circumstance. Might not be to the best circumstance, you know. It's easy to go negative and just let it take over your whole video and even derail you from a subject you were talking about. Like sometimes the congestion on the roads too gets so bad that I have to stop talking, or like if I'm coming up on a group of people, I usually just stop talking because I don't want to disturb them, you know. But yeah, I appreciate the concise advice that you gave me too, Randy, where you say how a 105 group set, if you're on a budget, you could better spend that budget on like nicer tires and hub for your bike. And for me, having an inkling that hub quality is gonna become like a moderately sized price point on my wheel, because I really want a quiet hub. You know, I recognize the rationing hubs for their performance and what have you, but I really don't like the noise. There's something about silence in my opinion, that makes riding around pedestrians safer for me. Because if a person hears my hub coming from behind them, you know, like a lot of bikers will be like, it's good, I want them to know that I'm there. And for me, personally, it's like, nah, I don't want them to know that I'm there. I want to be gone before they even register that I'm going 40 kilometers an hour by them. Because the way people react when they hear noise, they're always going to be scared a lot. And that's going to force them to do an unpredictable movement. When I'm riding fast, indecision and unpredictability is like my biggest enemy. So that's why I prefer a quiet hub. Because rather than having to make a situation you have to outplay with the sound of your bike, you can just avoid the situation all to begin with. Like, that's my take on it. I realize that that might not be what is true for everyone, especially depending on where you ride, how you ride. But for the city, that's my take. So there'll probably be no Chris King hubs for me. And I don't know if I'd go with something as expensive as Onyx either. That's why I kind of wanted to go for Shimano components, because the Japanese understand certain social intricacies that a lot of other people are like kind of extremely ignorant about. turn, but that car was blocking the whole way. Le Tour de Sienne. This car really feels the need to honk at that e-biker. It's like, where are you going, bro? Hey, bro, you need to make your move. Nothing going on, we go. I was thinking about going down Queen Street tonight, but the lights did not align. Oh. We'll go down tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know if you follow any of you follow the gaming scene. There's drama right now in Japan, a lot about it, about Assassin's Creed, the new one. And people are trying to get historical about it. When the main issue is like, it's a Japanese game. Why are you featuring the one black guy from Japanese history as the main character? You know what I mean? Like, Why not just let a Japanese guy be the main character of the Japanese game? Then you have people calling out like all these historical inaccuracies about it, which are also correct. But it's like, just be honest. Like, just boil it down to what I just said. What's it about these companies that want to make like cultural level drama, you know, over like nothing? And really what it is their games suck. Their games aren't selling, so they need to pander to bullshit to get popularity for their shitty game. We're going. Nothing popping. And it's like these really disingenuous people always want to imply that you're a racist or something. I'm gonna get this light, but it's still nice to blow up this hill. Bro. Oh yeah, getting that high quality draft. No, I'm not running that. Yeah, exactly. He knew better too. However, it's changed already anyway.
I mean, once you've had that shit,
Yeah, like, and now too, Japanese people and culture are coming under attack as being racists because they want to like preserve the historical accuracy of their culture. And it's like, man, this has gotten so crazy. And you know what? I hope that Japanese citizens do stand up on that issue as they have been and continue to defend their culture, because when you let everywhere become exactly the same as everywhere else, then nowhere is special any longer, you know. And that's a lot of what's happened to Toronto and many other places in America. And there just needs to come a point of like people in power on the internet that do need to shut down when people are trying to defend their culture, that getting labeled as racism. Just a very disingenuous part. We're going. No one's going here. Nothing's happening. There's just a huge disingenuous part of society, you know, that's formed. And it's all just for drama and to get clicks too, most of it. Clicks generate money, you know. People want that easy internet money. So they play on outrage. Let's hit this. Even though I'm gonna get the next light. Yep. No one else is coming, so I'm gonna take it. There's just so many things that I'm grateful to Japan for that wouldn't exist without their culture, you know? Like, there's so much joy that came from Japan in my childhood too. It's like, there's just things that I can't like believe that people get away with saying now. And it's all like, oh, free speech is great, free speech is great. It's like, you know what? In the past, I'd be like 100% with you there, brother. Free speech is great, but actions without consequence are not. Like the Sony headphones I'm wearing on my head right now. I have owned these headphones for like more than 3 years now. Every time I ride on them, by the end of my ride, they're completely drenched in sweat and they're disgusting. But they never stop working, you know? Like wireless headphones with these advanced electronics in them that I sweat in for 3 years straight. They never stop working. Fucking crazy, man. They keep my ears warm in the winter. Come on, man. Hurry up. I realize how impatient I may seem sometimes, but it's like, how slow do you actually have to drive to, you know what I mean? Like, holy smoke. And it's like, how long do you have to stay at this intersection with your high beams on? When I hit a stop sign, I stop for 15 seconds. How about you? Yeah, though, to any of my Japanese viewers, don't let like weird internet culture bully things that were instilled into you from your culture. You know, a lot of these things are instilled into you because they're the sad truth that people would rather be politically correct about than tell the truth about. So it's really important to keep your integrity on your beliefs, even if you are getting ganged up on people that tell you you're wrong, you know, and the average person doesn't have the mental fortitude to resist that. I learned all about that because I've been on the internet since, you know, since the late 90s. And you see like the stage at first, how like everyone's in love with the internet and like the potential for what it can do. And then you just see it, once people realize how malicious they can be, there's always going to, like, the most petty people are always the most damaging. And they always abuse the privilege the most, you know? Yeah, so that's my spiel on Japan. Defend your culture. Be as tough on immigration as you possibly can. Because almost like every other culture has been like completely obliterated by it already. It's funny too how the cultures that resisted it the most, which is mostly Chinese, Japanese, Korean, they are coming for them last because they're the cultures that say, a lot of them, you think I'm a racist? I don't care if you think that. Fuck yourself, this is my culture, you know? And that's the way more people need to be. Another thing that people don't realize too is when you call everybody a racist, all you're doing is giving a very elaborate smokescreen for actual racists to hide behind. That's it. That's all. And remember, the same ride is never the same ride.